Okay, here is Julian, and Julian is here at Runnymede Ecovillage carving out a giant spoon for a massive pot which we will use to cook. Actually, seeing as you've made such a big spoon, Julian, we're going to have to make a giant pot.
Yeah, that's true.
A giant
we're going to have like giant chairs.
I probably will whittle it down. It's getting smaller, slowly.
What? I've got to ask, Julian, what wood is this made out of?
It's sycamore.
Sycamore, right.
Yeah, freshly cut sycamore.
Is there any benefit to using sycamore?
Well, it's readily available here. It's fast growing, and a lot of people regard it as a invasive species.
Oh, right.
So, like where we are, some people might be happy that we're actually cutting down sycamore trees.
Sure.
But it's a nice, clean, straight grain wood, not too hard, easy to carve, and it's sort of non-toxic, so it's good for spoons and kitchenware.
Great.
It's a really nice timber.
Oh.
Of course there.
And this is a spoon that you've already...
That's one I already made earlier, yeah.
Wow.
Here's one.
So the axe is the first part of it, is it?
Yeah, the axe is really try and do as much roughing out as you can with the axe, because you can take off wood really quickly with the axe. You can do a lot of the heavy roughing out first with the axe, but then you get to a stage where you need to start refining the shape, and then it's probably better to go over to whittling tools, knives and carving tools to refine the shape.
How can people learn how to do what you're doing if they want to do it?
Well, I suppose I learnt because I had a look at the internet and found some information there. There's a few videos on the internet that you can look up. I guess there are quite a few courses around the country where you can study carving and spoon making and green woodworking generally. Although I haven't actually been on actually, I'll tell a lie, I've been on one green woodworking course, which was learning how to use a pole lathe.
What's a pole lathe?
The pole lathe is where you have sapling, a flexible bendy piece of, well, a young tree really, a living tree, very young sapling, and you bend it over and tie a string to it, and the spring in the sapling is what creates your motor, your power. So you wrap your string around your workpiece, and then the string fixes to a treadle board which you press with your foot, and so your work rotates backwards and forwards, and then you use gouges to shape the wood. So it's a sort of natural power, no electricity or motor involved.
Great.
Your leg is your motor.
And what sort of things can you make with green wood working?
Well, you can make all sorts of household implements, like I'm doing here: spoons, bowls, spatulas, kitchenware generally. And you can also make chairs and furniture.
Brilliant.
A lot of people make Windsor chairs, spindle back chairs.
You make chairs?
I haven't made any chairs yet.
Great.
But you can take up a log like this, a slightly bigger log than that, and you can drill holes in each corner and fit peg legs, to make perhaps a low-level stool or bench seat.
And is this a sustainable form of production, would you say?
Yeah, I would say it was actually, because depending on how you harvest your wood, if you harvest your timber in a sensitive way, then it's, you can regrow timber, so I think it has limited impact on the environment, especially if you're working in the woods. Then you haven't got the transportation costs and the cost of machining the wood. You're working directly with the wood in a sort of natural way. So yes, I think it is sustainable.
And you mentioned sycamore earlier.
Yeah.
Is that has what's the in terms of sustainability?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh well, sycamore. It grows very fast.
Right.
It's very hardy. It's a very yeah, I guess it's a very hardy tree. It can grow in all sorts of conditions, all sorts of soils, and many people perceive sycamore as an invasive species and as a pest. So there are some authorities, some woodlands that probably welcome having their sycamores cut down. So yeah, I think it's a good timber.
Great. And like fast growing, so that's a way of you get a lot of crop out of it.
Yes. I don't know how old these trees are that we're using here. In the space of about 40-50 years, I guess you've got a tree big enough to harvest.
What for green woodworking?
Green woodworking for sort of this sort of size of timber.
And how many things can you get out of a typical tree? I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, that's a bit of a how long's a piece of string?
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah.
Yes. I imagine you get quite a few chairs.
Quite a lot of spoons.
Quite a lot of spoons, yeah, a lot of spoons.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Julian. So this is Julian at Runnymede Ecovillage carving a big spoon. Thank you.